Today I'm in Juneau, Alaska. I'm on the pier. You can see the cruise ship right behind me, the Celebrity Summit. And I'm heading out on an excursion. And I'm taking you with me. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Let's go. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me. I'm your host, the Bus Man, and this is another episode of On the Road. This channel is your gateway to all of my travel tips, guidance, and advice on all things related to cruise and destination vacations. For those of you watching who have already subscribed to my channel, big thumbs up, thank you very much, it is appreciated. With your support, my channel continues to grow. For those of you watching who have not yet subscribed, my only ask is that if you like the content, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It's absolutely free. There's no commitment, no obligation. Doing so will only let you know when I put out future content. And now that that's out of the way, without further ado, pitter patter, let's get at her. So, as I talked about in the intro, I'm on another 7-night Alaskan cruise, which departed from the port of Vancouver and ends in Seward, Alaska. So today's adventure, we actually are in Juneau, Alaska. It's about 7 or 8 degrees outside. It's overcast. It's intermittently raining off and on, but that's not going to stop me. So I did book an excursion, the whale watching and lighthouse adventure tour. Again, as I always do, I book through Celebrity Cruise Lines. That way, if something happens, we're running late, we arrive at the port later than the all aboard time, I don't need to worry, because when you book excursions through your cruise line, they're guaranteed to wait for you, so you don't have to worry about missing the cruise ship. So this isn't my first time in Juneau, Alaska. However, these are the types of excursions that I really like to partake in. I'm not really a tour bus guy. I don't like sitting in a crowded bus going from stop to stop. I like to get out into the bush, out onto the ocean, go see some whales, enjoy the sightseeing, and seeing what, in this case, Juneau, Alaska has to offer. So right now it's about 20 to 1 in the afternoon. We're meeting at our designated excursion location at about 1:15, and then what we'll do is we'll catch as much footage as we can while we're out on the water, and just kick back, relax, and take it as it comes. So let's talk more action. Let's get to it. And here's a little directory, and it says Ha'ani, our homeland. And I'll just zoom in a bit, and this is a little directory of the areas you can walk around Juneau, where all the shops and locations are. And you can feel free to just hit pause anytime if you want to zoom in or explore what there is to offer. And then down over here, welcome to Juneau. And now back to our cruise excursion location. All right, we've made it on board. We'll be heading off to the dock where the excursion boat is.
Steelers, you're trying. So if you have any complaints, my name is Steelers. But we're going to get ready to get on out of here. It's going to take about 20 to 25 minutes to get to where we're going. We're actually scheduled to stop by the glacier on the way back, but I will point out certain places of reference for you. I figure you guys might have been here for a while, may have had a chance to walk around, but I'll still try to point some stuff out. And then lastly, on this form of business I have is our waiver for the tour. This is actually basically saying that this is a whale watching tour. It's just not a swimming with the whales. Basically, so I'm going to send it down this side, and then we're going to send it back up this side, and we'll get it when we get there. And
Thank
feel
you.
free to take a picture of it and read the fine print. It's all on the other side.
All right, well, we'll just sit back, enjoy the ride. Stay tuned.
A few minutes later.
Oh, we've arrived at the dock. We're now boarding the boat. And right now it's still about 8 degrees, overcast, slight drizzle, nothing too much to worry about. Looks like the sun's just starting to poke through the clouds here. Hopefully that'll be a good premonition for how the weather holds out on the water. Or maybe not premonition, maybe foreshadowing would be a better word. That's our boat, the Pharos. Looks like a pretty good boat.
Alrighty, my friends. Hi, my name is Sam. I'm going to be your naturalist, your deckhand, your guide, maybe even your best friend. We'll see how that goes for the day. I will be right back down here to chat with you guys. I just need to grab something up top and then we will get started. Does that sound good? Yep. You guys excited to see some whales? Yeah. Can I get over the fences? So I do want to talk a little bit about wildlife safety before we go any further. First of all, a show of hands. This is anybody's first whale watch. Oh, that's extremely exciting. Anybody's first time in Alaska? Oh, okay, I'm so excited. Well, this is maybe my 1,000th whale watch. I'm not totally sure, but it never gets old for me. It's so exciting, and we never know what's going to happen with the wildlife, and that's what makes it so exciting. Okay, now, do you know how we're going to spot these whales in the water today? Their spouts, yeah. So the spout is like an exhale breath, right? Shoots up in the air, basically a 15-foot tall snot rocket. Not exactly. But that is a very powerful way to be able to spot these humpbacks, because sometimes if you see a boat wake or a rock, you can mistake that for its dark body, but the spout is a surefire way to know that you're looking at a humpback whale. Now, we can see and hear those spouts from half a mile away on a day like today, maybe even further. But the thing I want to mention on the front end is sometimes you can even smell them. What do you think they smell like? Fish? Everybody says fish. Actually smells like farts. And you guys don't all know each other. And so if I don't tell you that right now, you might get a whiff if we're downwind, and you're going to think that your fellow passengers have crop dusted the boat. Or way up to the lighthouse. You'll notice over at my 2 o'clock, this trolley ramp, so many people ask me, oh Sam, is this for a railroad? No, they did not build a railroad on a 1-mile island. This is how they used to offload supplies, so a lot of times back in the day that they had a different job, of course we've refurbished all this, everything was very tide dependent. So Juneau has massive tide swings. They can be up to 22 feet in 6 hours. They wait for that super high tide, unload everything, and then trolley it up to the lighthouse. You guys ready?
Yeah.
You're gonna notice it as we walk by. This is called Devil's Club. Most hikers find this because they grab it on accident, take it from my own experience, but it has a lot of medicinal properties. So if you see any sort of like Devil's Club bomb downtown, it's legit. It works really great for like muscles or arthritis. There's just some tripping. I can take one, and then also over that direction is a great viewpoint if you just walk the trail over there on the way back. Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
That again. I haven't seen.
So as you can probably tell, we just got off the boat. This is a little island called Sentinel Island, and the lighthouse it's just behind me, and you probably already saw some of the clips and the footage of what's going on. So the next step is we're going to be getting back on the boat and heading towards our next stop, which should be a bus, and then we're going to be doing, we're told to stop at Mendenhall Glacier as we make our way back, eventually, to the cruise port. So far, the excursion's gone very well. Crew and naturalists are very well informed. Saw some good sightings of whales, which hopefully the footage is as impressive as the actual live sighting. And so far so good. And this is the little end of the trail. Working our way back to the boat. Look at that view. Doesn't get any better than this. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. So this particular tour company built this dock, and no other tour company is allowed to set foot on Sentinel Island while it's under renovation anyway, because they built the dock. So this is the privilege that you get for booking with this company. Again, I booked through Celebrity, so I guess Celebrity picked the right company. It normally rains like heck when people come to the island, and it's cool, but as you can see, the clouds are breaking up. And this is JuneauLighthouseTours.com if you're interested in booking on this. JuneauLighthouseTours.com.
Awesome.
All right, let's get on the boat and move on to the next step in the journey.
have a language of violence. They are fighters. And we actually saw a really relaxed example of what it looks like at this haul out. Sometimes we come by here and they are literally biting each other's faces off. I mean, I've seen blood on their arms and they fight each other, they fight each other. And the reason why is they have a really unique mating structure. So there's one beach master at their rookeries, which is where they go to mate and date. And that beach master breeds with all of the females. And every rookery has its own beach master. And typically they only hold that title for a year, maybe 2 years. There's one haul out, I can't remember the exact location where it was held for 4 years, which is extremely impressive. And most of the males will not get a chance to actually mate because of this kind of alpha structure. Maybe even less than 50% will ever get to mate because of this reason. They're only living maybe 20 years, maybe not even that long.
Alrighty, so we just stepped off the boat. We're walking up the ramp here just off the dock and we're heading towards the bus. And overall, that was a fantastic excursion. So from here, I'm told that it's about a 40-minute bus ride back to the cruise port. And I'm still not sure at this point if we're doing the Mendenhall Glacier piece or not. All right, everybody. As you can tell, I've made it back on board. I'm in my stateroom, and let's just go over the excursion as a whole before I wrap up this video. So the good, the bad, and the ugly kind of goes like this. The good, I really actually had a very good time on this excursion. It was well organized. It was on time. The tour bus was a very good tour bus, or at least the bus ride anyway, to and from the two locations. It was in good condition. The seats were comfortable. The driver was very knowledgeable, entertaining, and provided good narration and information on our way to the boat and back from the boat. On board, again, as I talked about earlier during the excursion, the naturalist and the crew, very attentive, very knowledgeable, made sure everybody was well taken care of. Beverages and snacks were provided throughout the tour. The island stop was kind of nice, a good little break from getting off the boat. We got to see the lighthouse that was currently under renovation and construction. We got to see several whale sightings on the way back to port towards the end of the excursion, at least the water portion. We got to see some sea lions. That was another interesting stop. And overall, it was very pleasurable. The weather held off the entire time we were on the boat. It didn't rain at all, which was an added bonus, to say the least. Once we got on shore, it was just a short little walk back up to the bus. Again, we had the same driver, and it was a smooth, simple ride all the way back. The Mendenhall Glacier stop really wasn't anything spectacular, to say the least. We didn't really visit the Mendenhall Glacier. What we did was on the highway driving back to the cruise port, there's like a little side road lookout area, if you will. So we pulled off the highway and we went into this little lookout area where you can get off the bus and then look down through a group of trees. And from a distance, you can see the Mendenhall Glacier. However, today, The Mendenhall Glacier was not visible because on the way back, the clouds had set in, it started to rain, and there was really nothing to see, which is why we didn't get any footage. So the people who did get off just to stretch their legs or whatever got back on the bus, and we arrived back at the cruise port around 6:30 p.m. and which is pretty much right on time. So overall, did I get good value for the money? I believe I did at the time of this recording, and to the best of my recollection, I paid around $300 for this excursion. It was 4.5 hours in length, and the scenery was amazing. Overall, I had a great time. This, again, as I've said several times, these are the kinds of excursions that I do like to partake in. Again, bus tours through packed cities really isn't my thing. I like to get out into the bush, onto the water, 4x4ing, that kind of river rafting. That's what tickles my fancy anyway. That's really the kind of thing that I go for. So I've already talked about the good, the bad. The only thing this is a small bad, it's not really a bad, but a constructive criticism, as it were. While the boat was moving from location to location, we were required to stay indoors and seated while the boat was moving, so we didn't have the benefit or the luxury of staying out on deck and catching the scenery or being outdoors of the boat while it was moving. It's the first time I've experienced that on these types of excursions. However, was it really that big a deal? No, it was done predominantly for safety reasons. So my final tip before I wrap, the bus man says, make sure you layer up. Also, when you're on these types of excursions going out on the water on the boats, there's a lot of wind, so you get wind in your eyes. So I like to always bring and wear a pair of polarized sunglasses. The polarization will help you see the wildlife better because it reduces a lot of the glare that you get off of the water or the sun reflecting off the water, and it also shields your eyes from the wind so you don't get the tearing up and the dry or burning itchy eyes. Also, wear a good solid pair of flat closed-toe shoes because you're going to need some traction. Again, you're walking on a boat. In this particular excursion, we were walking up rocky trails and that sort of thing. So there is a moderate level of exertion required for this particular excursion. And so yeah, coming prepared is really the key. You need to be able to layer up to stay warm and then layer down, if you start overheating. So overall, if you're thinking about going on this excursion, again, it was the whale watching and lighthouse adventure. And I booked this through Celebrity Excursions, and I had a great time, and it definitely gets the bus man double thumbs up. So before I sign off, thank you for watching this content. If you're still watching, it is sincerely appreciated. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button, ring that bell for future notifications. It keeps you informed when I put out new content. And with that, I'm calling this one a wrap. I am the bus man. You take care, be well, and I'll see you on the road. Aye, aye, and goodbye. Peace. Until the next one, everybody. Adios.